Here is a list of the 7 question words in Spanish, okay? Now, I'm going to say each of them in English, then Spanish, and clap. And I'd like you guys to repeat them with me, okay? Number 1, who, quién. Who, quién. Number 2, what, qué. What, qué. Number 3, why, por qué. Why, por qué. Number 4, when, cuándo. When, cuándo. Number 5, how many, cuánto. How many, cuánto. Number 6, where, dónde. Where, dónde. And number 7, how, cómo. How, cómo. Let's look at number 1. Who is quién? Visualize you're out practicing driving with several of your friends. You're all about to get your driver's license, so you're taking turns. And you stop to get a soda, and you come back to the car, and you look in, and the keys are locked in the ignition. And you're like, oh, man. Now remember, you were all taking turns driving. You turn to your friends, and you say, who left the key in the ignition? Who left the key in the ignition? So, quién es who? Or, if you want, here's the Spanish Guy Holt version of Who Let the Dogs Out. Who left the key in? Quién, 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 quién. Who left the key in? Quién, quién, quién. Now, if you've never heard the song, Who Let the Dogs Out, that made no sense. All right, what is qué? You guys know this. What does this mean? ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? ¿Qué pasa? What's going on? ¿Qué hora es? What hour is it? Somebody say qué. K is what? And also, just as a side note, what letter does not exist in the Spanish alphabet? K. Seriously, the letter K, like in the word king, does not exist in the Spanish alphabet. There's not one Spanish word that uses the letter K. Just a side note there. Now, why is por qué? All right. Now, it literally means for what. So your mom says you're grounded, and you could say for what, or you could say why. So everybody say for what? For what? Por qué? Por qué? Another way to remember it, everybody say, but why? But why? Por qué? Por qué? All right? 2 words, accent at the end. Now, when is cuándo? Now, there are lots of forms of martial arts. There's hapkido, karate, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, and I've tried a couple of them just kind of for fun, and it didn't go very well. And here's how I remember this. When I tried taekwondo, I looked silly. When I tried taekwondo, I looked silly. Cuándo's when, and when is cuándo? Cuándo's when, and when is cuándo? Or when I do taekwondo, I look silly. So cuándo is when. Now, a lot of my students get these 2 words confused. Cuándo with a D and cuánto with a T. Cuánto with a T is quantity or how many. You might remember the phrase, ¿Cuántos años tienes tú? How old are you? And if not, here's something for you to think of. Cuánto is quantity, cuánto is how many. Cuánto is quantity, cuánto is how many. So cuándo with a D is when. When I do taekwondo, I look silly. And cuánto with a T is how many. Just think of quantity. Now, dónde is where? Visualize Homer Simpson walks in to the kitchen, says, Marge, where are the donuts? And she says, there are no donuts. And he says, dope. Right, that's completely lame. All right, so Homer Simpson walks into the kitchen in Springfield and says, Marge, where are the donuts? See the word dough? And she said, there are no donuts. And he says, dough. Again, if you've never seen The Simpsons, that may know. But good grief, everyone in the world's seen The Simpsons. You know, the yellow people, The Simpsons. But anyway, ¿Cómo es how? You know this one too. How do you say how are you? ¿Cómo estás tú? Ask your friend, how do you call yourself? ¿Cómo te llamas? All right, these are really important words. You see and hear them all the time. So make sure you know these words. I'm going to give you time for the post test. I'm going to cover up the Spanish here. I want you to look at these 7 words in English and say the Spanish equivalents out loud, or what I think is an even better idea, look at these 7 words in English and write the Spanish equivalents down on a piece of paper, okay? This has been Question Words.